Hi, I'm Talia Rubio.
And I'm Noah Kakanatu.
Thank you for buying a prom ticket.
We know that juniors, seniors, and their guests are all getting excited for this year's prom season. But first, all attendees have to watch this very important safety presentation.
And we don't want you to spend 2 hours sitting in the pack, so me and Noel are just gonna go take the New York State bar exam really quick and then...
Wow, great work, Talia.
Now that we're both certified lawyers in New York State,
I didn't pass.
Wait, really? Really?
No, I didn't study.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I could put you in the skits later. You could just go hang out with Arthur and Jordan and everyone else right now. Yeah, that's fine. Now that I'm a certified lawyer in New York State, here's Brewster High School's Prom Safety 101.
Searching.
As you all know, prom is still a school event. That means that BHS staff and faculty will be there as chaperones, and it's their job to search students upon entry to make sure no one's bringing in any drugs or alcohol. Let's look at an example. Here we have Noel, portraying a BHS administrator on prom night. He'll be checking students before they enter the venue. Jen here isn't hiding anything in her bag, but Noel still checks her sock and finds a vape pen. Even though we're not on school grounds, Jen is still sent home. All of your items are subject to search at prom, and metal detectors may be used too, so don't think you can sneak anything in. Now here's Jack. He doesn't have any drugs or alcohol on him, but he still decided to pre-game the event by getting drunk beforehand. Noel can see that he's stumbling and decides to breathalyze him. Anyone who is caught drunk or high at the event will be removed and subject to further disciplinary actions. Pretty easy, but that's just talking about the prom itself. We have to talk about after prom too.
After parties.
First, let's talk about after parties. Let's watch this conversation between a student and his parents.
Hey Dad, I've got a question.
Go ahead, son.
So there's this big prom after party I was looking forward to go to. You remember, back in your days, the good old days, you used to be able to go out drinking all the time. You know, before the National Minimum Drinking Age Act of 1984 increased the minimum drinking age from 18 to 21.
I do remember, son. Those were the good old days. But son, if you're gonna be drinking, I want you to be somewhere where I can keep an eye on you, you know? So, how about you and your friends? I'll collect keys, I'll go to the backyard, pop a couple cold ones. A nice, safe environment.
Wow, that's great. Thanks, Dad.
Now, this might sound like good parenting, but it's a serious crime to host parties allowing underage drinking and drug use. The Social Host Ordinance may penalize parents with up to a year in prison, $3,000 fines, or other criminal charges like endangerment of the welfare of a child, not to mention the civil liability from other parents. These after parties are just not worth the risk, whether it's a legal risk or the risk of someone getting injured. Now, let's talk about driving.
Safe driving.
Here in Putnam County, we have a zero-tolerance policy on drinking and driving. That means that if you're under the age of 21 with a blood alcohol content over 0.08, you will be arrested. In addition to your trial, the DMV holds a separate trial under their jurisdiction. This will likely lead to a suspension of your license. But it's not just about being drunk while driving. We have to worry about possession too. Let's look at this scenario.
Jen, I don't think this is a good idea. She has drugs in the car.
Well, it's fine. It's not like she's high while driving.
Even though Carissa is okay to drive, if she gets pulled over with drugs in the vehicle, things will go south.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Guys, I'm sorry.
I'm not going to call you for this interview.
I'm sorry.
Beat me.
What seems to be the problem, officer?
You're around 45 and up. Is that marijuana in the car?
No.
If Officer Jack smells marijuana, he has probable cause to search the vehicle entirely.
Oh my god, my parents are gonna beat me. Oh no.
No, the drugs aren't yours. It's not like he's gonna arrest all of us.
Well, I found these here drugs, which means I can arrest all of you.
Vehicle presumption states that if drugs are found in a car, police have a right to arrest all of the car's occupants. Sorry, Noel.
So,
Mom!
have fun.
Mom!
So be careful. Make sure you know whose car you're getting into and what their intentions are.
Good Samaritan Law.
Even if you choose to follow none of our safety advice today, you should still know about the Good Samaritan Law. If you're at a party, look out for signs for alcohol poisoning or drug overdose. If someone is passed out and cannot be woken up, is not breathing or breathing very slowly, is making gurgling noises, has blue or gray tinted lips, or is having seizures, they are likely overdosing and in need of immediate medical care. The Good Samaritan Law protects you and the person overdosing from being arrested if you call for medical help. You won't get in trouble for drugs, alcohol, controlled substances, or paraphernalia. Please keep this law in mind as you go to parties in high school or when you go to college. Do not hesitate to call 911.
Consent.
Keeping intoxicated people safe doesn't just mean keeping them from overdosing either. Let's talk about consent. Someone who is high or drunk is incapacitated and therefore incapable of giving consent to sexual activity. It doesn't matter if the perpetrator is a little high or drunk themselves, if the victim is incapacitated, it still qualifies as rape. At parties, try to keep an eye out for predatory behaviors and try your best not to leave incapacitated people alone, especially if you're in an unfamiliar place. And remember that it doesn't matter if you've already had sex with them or if they're your boyfriend or girlfriend. Hold off until they're sober and able to give proper consent.
Your prom day.
On prom night, you might be with your friends or you might have a date. If you're bringing a date and they go to this school, then no further action is needed. But if you're bringing a guest from outside Brewster High, you have to fill out a guest form, which you might have already handed in when you bought your ticket. Your date can't be any older than 20 years old, and they also have to be approved by administration before they're able to attend.
Dress code.
Lastly, we just have to touch on dress code before you're all set to go to prom. Let's take a look at Noel in his prom outfit.
How do I look?
Well, you look like you're all ready for the 8th grade dinner dance.
Man.
Sorry. I'm all done with the lawyer stuff if you want to just come and do the outro with me, though.
Okay.
Prom is black tie formal, which means that attendees will typically wear suits, tuxedos, or long dresses.
No offensive images or language is allowed on clothing worn at prom either.
And of course, no hoods allowed.
And that's all you need to know before you head out and have the time of your life.
Thank you for watching this required pre-prom video. Be safe out there, Brewster.